think we're recording now. So, got the mic going. I think we're recording now. I have the screen set up. So, let's just see. It says we're recording. So, here I am in Pixinsght. My name's Joel. I'm just trying to do a quick check on my Askar120 APO. Had first light last night. It was cloudy. I was only able to capture 10. What was it? 10-minute frames. So I think it's like 140 minutes. But we did get clouds rolling, so some of these frames aren't the best, but I used them all anyway. And let's kind of see what we got. If we unlink our screen transfer function here, that kind of shows us what we got on M81 and M82. You know, not too shabby. I probably could have dropped 4 of them frames out. Maybe it would be a little better, but this is what we're going to start with. I'm mainly wanting to look and see what my stars look like. And I shot this with the 294 ZWO MC color using the Aunt Leah quad band filter. I'm not very good at processing. You know, the stars probably aren't perfect. Might be another galaxy over in here. This is the lower left corner. Go over to the right. I'm using the one-time field flattener, so I'm at 840 millimeter. I think the ASI Air put it in at 837. That's what I'm getting, but not too bad for first light. I'm in a Bortle 6. I'm shooting across some street lights. Nothing I can do about that. That's what we got. So what we're going to do is unstretch it. We're going to relink them, pull it back up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with the blur exterminator. And because we don't have perfect stars, but they're really pretty good stars, I'm just going to run correction only with blur exterminator to start off with. That way if we have any issues with stars, this will help correct that. And I don't know how fast this stuff's going to run. I'm on a Mac M1, a 2021 version. It's not too slow, but it probably takes about a minute or so. It's not too bad. I hadn't timed it, but we'll see. It's almost finished. Once it gets done, alright, looks like that finished. I'm going to reset this because I'll use it again later probably. Close it out. Alright, and these over here are some process icons I'm going to use and saved. Next, I'm going to come up with this gradient correction. Instead of using automatic background extraction or dynamic background extraction or Grapspert, this is something new Pixinsght come out with. So I'm going to use it and let it take any gradients out that it deems is in there, and then we'll restretch it and see what happens. This takes a minute. Sometimes it runs through about 5 iterations. And that's what it's running through now. You can see over here in the process console to the left, it's doing its thing. This could be boring, but we'll see what we get. Do a quick process. I'm trying to show my buddy Tony down in Durham. That's the main reason I'm making this video and trying it. I've never recorded my screen with Pixinsght. Trying to use OBS, don't really know what I'm doing, but this here's ready. Alright, looks good. We'll close out of that. Next thing we want to do is we want to try and get our color right. So I'm going to, hopefully this works right, or I'll have to do another process. I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to preview me an area of the background. And I'm going to come over to spectrophotometric color calibration. Now, I'm using Antlia quad band. I don't have that set up in here, so I'm just going to click on the tri-band. And the 294, I couldn't find that sensor in here the other day. I'm probably going to end up putting the 533 in here, so we'll just use the ideal QE curve. I'm going to click on the region of entrance, and I'm going to hit that preview. Then we're going to let it run and see what happens. It could fail, but there should be an astrometric solution because I did run this through WBP. There we go. So we got that. The stars look a little bit wonky, but this is our white balance that we got. Let's open it up and re-stretch it. And there you go. I'm not quite sure why I'm getting this band around here. That could be didn't get the gradient out 100%. I'm not sure. We could run that one more time and see what happens. I'm gonna get rid of that preview. So let's just run that one more time. Because there is that weird band around there, and it could be something with the 294 camera. I'm not sure, but it looks like got a decent looking image going on here. That's going to run through. Okay, I'd only had to go through 2. Still has that band, so we're not going to worry too much about that. The stars look pretty good. The noise don't look too bad for a Bortle 6. Doesn't look like I got a lot of color in there. I'm just going to go ahead and rename this just to make things simpler, starless, because we will remove the stars from here. I'm probably going to stretch it next. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to adjust it just slightly. So I'm going to expand this out, and I just want to move it. I just want to darken it just a hair, about right there. I'm going to bring up histogram transformation. That's right here. I'm going to plop that on there. I'm going to stretch it. I'm going to unstretch it. I'm going to reset it. And that's the stretch we have on it right now. So I'm going to close out of that. I'm going to run Blur Exterminator. And I'm going to reset these to this setting here. Plop it on there. Let it run its course. Shouldn't take too long. See what happens. And it's almost finished. Then we'll do a little bit of noise reduction. We're just trying to keep this simple. Looks like we got some nice stars. We'll close that out. We'll open up Noise Exterminator. What I want to do is pull me up a preview here. I don't know if you can see it that good. We're going to crank crank it up to about 80. That looks like that's doing a nice job. Might not be finished yet. Alright, that's done. We'll get out of our preview. Close that out. We'll drop that on there. And that noise exterminator doesn't take very long. It does a really good job. It's fast. Alright. So the noise exterminator's done. Now that we've done that, I want to remove the stars. So we're going to unscreen them and we're going to generate a star image. Now I could have just plopped that on there. Dropped that on there and it would have done the same function. This takes about 30 to 40 seconds or so. It's pretty fast. It's not lightning fast. I don't have any accelerators added into my Mac. But once it gets done with that, we have a nice star image. They don't look too bad. I do believe, I don't know that we're oversampled. We're pretty close to being sampled right, but when you get in here to 200 times zoom, they do start looking a little bit funky. Now my guiding wasn't the best. I don't have a counterweight, not required necessarily. But we've got kind of a funky looking image. But I don't have a counterweight. My guiding was a little bit worse than normal. I normally get 0.6 or so on guiding with my M5. And I would be around 0.8 to 1.20. And I think my image scale on my stars was 1.14. So that's probably why the stars aren't perfect. So I do have to work on that, but I did set it up quickly to try and get an image just to see what the scope would do. Don't quite like that background. We'll see what we can do. Let's pull histogram transformation back up. What we'll do is open up the preview. We'll darken that background just a little bit. Don't want to go too much because it starts cutting into my galaxy. So we're gonna leave that right there. I think we can try and make a mask, which sometimes can be difficult. We're going to try ACDNR to do that. So if I come down here, we're going to switch over to chrominance. Go to preview. We'll pull this up. We need to try and get rid of some of that background and not affect too much of the galaxy. See what we can get. We'll see what that does. And I do think, pretty sure ACDNR you have to make a copy. So if you just grab here and pull over, it makes a copy. We'll drop that on there. And we'll see how good this mask is. Not quite sure it's going to do 100% what I want to do, but looks like it's doing a pretty good job. I might could have adjusted that a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that mask. I'm going to make a copy of this. Then I'm going to put the mask back on there. And we're just going to play with this copy. We'll close this one down. put it up here with the stars. Alright. So now what that's going to do is help protect this galaxy, but I didn't 100% get it, but we're going to mess with it. Find my curves transformation here. Bring our RGB up. Might just bring levels up here. Let's just try and darken it a little bit. Not get too crazy with it. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm setting some points here to try not to get in the galaxy too much and try and get some of that out over here in the they put it on there twice so it knocked some of the arms out, so when we undo it it's gonna re-show what it's only gonna put it on there once. So then if I take my mask and I invert it, and if I bring curves back up, we should be able to add a little bit of color saturation into the curves and get a little bit of pop in there. I want to take just a hint of green out. If you do it this way, you can control it just a little bit better than you can doing it with I want to add a little bit of blue, try and get some blue. So we're going to set it up like that. We don't want too much purple going on. Like I say, this is just going to be a quick process. I'm going to remove the mask. Still got a lot of noise in there, so I'm going to hit it with the round noise exterminator. I'm going to hit it about 80. We'll bump I do want to bring some red out in this Bode's galaxy, or the cigar galaxy rather. Got some red in here. I might put the mask back on and let's put the mask back on. Let's put the mask back on. We did. Got too close to that. I don't need that. I'm going to invert the mask again. Then I'm just going to hit show. The mask is still on there. We just don't see it. I'm going to mess with blur exterminator a little bit. I'm going to do a preview. See if I can get just a little bit more detail out. That does pull some detail out. I like that. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to drop it on here. There could be some other things I can do. If you got any ideas, let me know. I might could stretch it just a little more, but I don't really want to blow that out. But I could use GHS and do a little bit of more stretching with the mask on there, maybe. I don't understand GHS that good. I'm not very good at processing. Alright, so let's pull that out. I am going to pull GHS up though. Let's see if I can't. What I want to do is pull some of this stuff up right here. So I'm going to send that. We'll put a small local intensity we're gonna see. If we can just pull them lanes out a little bit, which it looks like it's doing pretty good, but it's blowing that center out. So I'm gonna bring that back down to get them lanes out a little bit. So I'm gonna go with that right there. Alright, so that's ready. So now, I'm gonna look over here at this. I'm gonna see if I can bring that out. Oh my gosh. Do a little bit of not sure that's doing. I don't know. Kind of like that. Let's hit that and see what it does. Yeah. Maybe. Let's reset it. We do have. Oh yeah, that's because we got that mask on there. All right. So we'll stop with that. We're going to remove mask, and we'll go to script and utilities, and go to game. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a mask, and I just want it over this area. So we're going to pull that up and adjust this mask once I zoom in so I can kind of see what I'm doing. So what I want to do, I just want to kind of hone in on some of this red over here in the center, like that. I'm going to say okay, and it's going to create us a mask. I'm going to plop that mask on there. I do want to kind of see, I want to show it, I want to see so it's doing it the way I want it, sort of, because I don't know what I'm doing. What I want to do is, it's just going to bring this red up. So, and it's only going to affect this area right in here. So I just want to lightly, I don't want to get crazy with it. I just want to show it some. And you can see what it's doing right there. So when I apply that, it's only going to add red to there. It doesn't affect anything else. Then if I want a little bit more, I just do it again. But I don't know if I want to put that much in there. I just want to do it a little bit. Alright, so we got that. Take the mask off. Still got this in here. Don't know how bad that's going to show up, but what we're going to do is we're going to put the stars back with a screen stars function that Bill Blanchard, I think Mike Cranfield developed. So we come back over here, we're going to pick our starless clone 1 image. Then we're going to pick our starless stars image. Click this off. Just going to call it RGB. You can still see that's in there. I'm going to create it. We'll see what we got here. Close that out. And that's just a nice, quick process. It don't look too bad. You can still see that. We can crop that out if we want to. I'm going to take and dump some SCNR on there to knock out any residual green we might not want. And I really don't want to work on that right now. I could have clone stamped it out, but I think I'm just going to leave that for now. Or maybe I'll just, let's just do this. If we wanted to, and I don't generally like doing this and losing too much of my information, but if we want a little more zoomed in look just on these two galaxies, we could crop it just like that and have that gone. Let's see if we can get some of this stuff out of the way here so we can see. Get these over here out of the way. Let's close this out of the way. And I could just like, we can send this to workspace 2. We can come down here. Hang on. I'm on the wrong workspace. Let's send it to workspace 3. And open up 3 and we won't have none of that stuff. I was working on the wrong workspace. But that's not too bad. It needs a little bit more work. We could have added more color to stuff. Looks like we got 2 stars here. We didn't quite resolve the way we want. But not too shabby. Not too shabby. Alright, that's my process of M81 and M82. If you got any questions, let me know. But that's just a simple, fast process. Go back over here. Now my image is gone because it's not showing. So we can send that back to workstation 2. Here we are. Alright, that's all I've got today. Wish y'all clear skies and good luck on your imaging. Have a nice day. Bye.